Jai Hind everyone. Myself Dr.Inderjeet Kaur, working as professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Akgec Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today we will be discussing Amazon S3 in cloud computing. So before starting Amazon S3, let us get the background for cloud computing. Cloud computing, it delivers the computing services all over the internet, and it provides storage, processing and the different applications as per our demand, and it eliminates the need for physical hardware maintenance. So these are the basically three things that allows us to switch towards the cloud computing. So now moving on to the Amazon S3. Amazon S3 means simple storage service. So S3 is an object storage service that is providing the scalability, security and durable storage. So it is also being used for taking the backup, for archiving, for taking the data lakes and application hosting. So as we have discussed, S3 means it is very much simple. Second S denotes the storage and third S denotes the service. So it is the storage available on the internet, and it is being provided by a web services interface, means we will be using the REST and SOAP services basically. So it is based on the infrastructure Amazon that uses for the global network of websites. So here my agenda will be discussing what is Amazon S3, the different functions and concept of S3, the different pros and cons for this Amazon S3, the requirements, pricing and how we are implementing this. So the features and benefits of Amazon S3 that allows us to use the Amazon S3 concept. First is, it is very much scalable storage. It provides us scalable storage. That storage can be increased runtime. So it is highly available in the market and it is very much durable. Then it has cost effective pricing, and it provides me the data security and compliance feature. So it is very much being easily integrated with the existing AWS services. So before moving towards what is the details of Amazon S3, we should be aware of what is my SOA, because it is basically using the service oriented architecture. So as service is basically an independent component that is a that has a certain function. For example, if we take the viewing online banking statement of my account by filling out on my app on my mobile for an account. Second, it emphasizes the modularity and loose coupling. Because of the loose coupling, the implementation is almost hidden. So that is my service part basically. And if I move on to the architecture part, architecture basically it means it is not a technology, but it is giving me the approach for the software designing. How I am designing it and how I am using it, they both are being combined here in my SOA. So let us discuss this service oriented architecture. It is completely service oriented model. These are my, on the top layer, they are the users being available, and they services they can be used and accessed by the different users they looks up onto the web. Here it is my platform as a service. This is giving me the extra functionality, that is, for example, I am able to integrate the salesforce.com with my existing CRMs here, and this is my software as a SaaS, and this is my data as a service. And the bottom layer I am having storage services that is allowing me to store a large amount of data in the form of zeros and ones. Here I should be addressing the data, geo data or personal data in the form of client information that is being stored in the form of zeros and ones. This is how it is being maintained in the cloud, and then being used as a data as a service. Then I am using it as a software as a service. For example, take the example of route optimizer software that uses the data to generate the quickest route to move on to my destination. And in the platform as a service, I am using this data for a platform as a services means integrating this with existing CRMs or taking them together using Google Maps APIs on the front end. At this, I am able to use my set of zeros and ones in the form of applications to give them into the front end. Here the users are using them and they are recurring ongoing cost is also coming, that is being calculated. This is what is my the basic layout of my service oriented architecture. How do these different services talk to each other? The question comes. There are various services being available in the market and every user is using the different amount of them. Now, the question comes these these users they are being communicating with them. So, in the pass through COM means certified orientation and mobility is or we can say ki object request brokers they were allowing the different users to communicate, but recently this service oriented architecture being lightweight web service they have being heavily used, and this says basically lightweight XML based messaging. Then second, how can we plan for ad hoc philosophy? Then third, we should be platform, language or OS independent. Then most recently services they are being offered for a price like in the travel industry, if we talk about the financing or using off the shelf software services prices. Then S3 is using SOA means simple storage services. They are using an SOA that provides me an online storage using web services, and it is giving me to read, to write and to update and to delete the permissions on the different objects, whereas the uses REST and SOAP protocols for messaging. We can use the various development toolkits when we are using it with S3. This architecture it uses a bucket object model in which the different objects they are being stored inside the different bucket. So, each object it has a unique key that is being that will be named and it has a metadata, and it supports REST APIs for the accessing for the data. Then Amazon S3 storage classes they are in the form of S3 standard means to have the frequent access for them. They are intelligent, they have intelligent tiering means to have the cost optimization. They have standard IA means infrequent access is also available. Then they have one zone IA means low cost single zone. Then S3 they have Glacier means archival storage is also available. Then S3 has Glacier Deep Archive means long term archival is also being available. So, these are the different storage classes available in my S3 in which we can store the data on Amazon's distributed system that may have the different multiple servers for accessing the different data center locations, and it takes time to propagate. So, we can store them either in North America or Europe. So, Amazon does not offer us a GUI based tool to access my data, but we can use several tools that are being available online, or we can use it through different APIs. Then object is it is then information that we are storing, and it consists of metadata means system metadata will be in the form of request ID header useful for Amazon stuff, and then second component it will be having the user metadata that will be maximum it may have 2 kbp max, and it will tell me when it was being last modified, what is the size of file or anything other information, and third it will be consisting of data that has to be travel, it can allow maximum of 5 GB max. Then the different functions and concepts of S3 it allows unlimited storage of files or objects maximum up to 5 GBs each. These objects consist of raw objects and metadata. They are being stored and retrieved using a developer assigned key. They are being kept secured from unauthorized access through authentication mechanism, and objects can made available to the public using hypertext transfer protocol or BitTorrent protocol. These buckets, they are the container and each object is inside this container. Buckets are being owned by the user's AWS account available at this link. So, if we have a file called hi.txt in the above bucket, it would be stored as http:/mybucket.s3.amazon aws.com/hi.txt. So, if we store these objects, they will be automatically stored in the buckets, and this bucket is acting as a container basically for my so that I can store the different objects, and it is used to partition the namespace of the objects at the highest level. They are very much we can say ki similar to my internet domain names. They are accessed via bucket name.s3.amazon.aws.com. Every developer accounts has a limit of having 100 buckets. So, keys, files are being represented by the unique keys that are in the bucket. So, in reality, key is basically our file name. Suppose here I have taken file.txt. So, it is my unique key, it is the name of the file that will be stored in my bucket. So, using either REST or SOAP API, we can plan for creating the bucket, we can write an object, we can read an object, we can delete an object, and then we can list the keys. That means we can list all the available files. So, let us take one example. So, building our own app using Java examples operations, access key. Then we will be using the secret access key that is being used to generate the signature. Then here I am developing a connection, AWS a connection. Here the variable name is being given con, and here it is being access key and secret access key of AWS is being given. Then a response variable is being taken by creating the connection and creating a bucket. Here I will be giving the bucket name. Then if response.connection.getResponse code is 200, means bucket will be created, otherwise there is some error. So, we can create the buckets in C#, Perl, PHP, Ruby, Python, in any language that we are knowing. The requirements to start with using S3, we must be having an AWS account. AWS account is simply an Amazon.com account that has these services enabled. We can also start with logging on to aws.amazon.com. So, after creating our AWS account, we need to sign up for S3 by clicking on to the web services button. So, credit card needs to be associated with this account, and we will be given an access key ID and secret key on successful creation of our account. Then how we can implement it? To start with S3, we hold of our S3 key ID and secret key through our AWS portal. Next, we hold of our application capable of managing S3 using space block, that is for Windows application. For web interface, it is my S3 web interface, and for Firefox add-on, I have S3 Firefox organizer. This is the pricing. Charges for using S3, it is based on our location of our buckets. We will be billed accordingly. Data transfer, what we are doing and how much number of requests we are sending per month. So, there is no minimum fee for using the S3. We can view it our current charges. They will be billed us on immediately onto our S3 portal. Detailed usage report, we can also see them in XML or CSV form. So, it is $0.15 per GB month of storage used in terms of storage, and for data transfer it is 0 to 100 per GB, then $0.170 per GB for first terabyte per month, for next 40 terabyte, for next 100 terabyte per month, the different charges are being available. Then third parameter is how much we are sending it the request. First was our storage, second was our data transfer, and third is our the number of requests. It is $0.01 per 1000 PUT post and list request. Then next for 10,000 get all the request. What are the different advantages of using S3? The main advantages are scalability, then it is available as per our need, then it is unlimited storage, then it is very inexpensive, and data is being accessed from anywhere. Since it is being based on Amazon infrastructure, so it is probably more reliable. Then drawbacks are it is not so much of user friendly for the beginner. Then the trust, we should not all the types of business or services they are being comfortable with this environment, although it promises 99.9% of uptime in my SLA environment, and then it is back in 2007, it has some speed issues also available while accessing the data. Then use cases of Amazon S3, we can take the backup and disaster recovery. It is also being used for big data analytics, then doing web hosting and media streaming, then having machine learning data storage, and in IoT applications it is being widely used. Then we may have upload a file to S3. How we can do this? We must log into our AWS console, then navigate to S3 service, create our new bucket, upload a file, then we have to set the permissions and do the access, then we need to retrieve the file using URL or API that we are using. These are the different future trends in Amazon S3. We can create AI and ML based data management. We can have much more cost optimization features. It might be integrated with edge computing also, and we can enhance the security and compliance feature. So this was all about Amazon S3. So we have concluded that it is a powerful cloud storage solution. It provides the scalable, cost effective and secure storage. So it plays a role in existing modern applications and data management. Thank you all.